Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles, a great millstone that teach us this truth through the spirit and power, Yah, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. All right, this is just another lesson. And of course, peace, love, and blessings to the elect, scattered abroad, mainly in Babylon the Great. This is a lesson going into, sedition amongst men, who shall rouse them up. Going into Jake, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American, Seminole, Indian descent. All right. And basically we in a time of war, hatred, and, secrets being exposed. All right. We're all living in the times in that day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And the Lord is about to bring judgment upon the planet Earth. As he said in various of scriptures. But the number one scripture that I'm thinking of is Isaiah chapter 13 and 11. Which I'm about to get right quick. Just to set it off. Because at the end of the day, the Lord is doing all these things to bring destruction upon Babylon the Great. And all the heathens that are on top right now as I'm doing this video. So I want to get Isaiah 13, go straight to the point. Matter of fact, I'll start at 9, read on down. Start at 9 and go to verse 11. Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. He shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it, and the sinners of his people. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American, Seminole, Indian descent. All right, you are the sinners of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because this message is truly for you to come back unto repentance. But only the elect will return and be saved. Verse 11, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And ultimately, Esau, Edom being in rulership, being that cruel Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to overthrow and bring down Esau, Edom's rulership and kingdom. All right, despite of him having an agenda or a scheme or a wicked plot of ushering in that NWO. But pursuing to Job, the 20th chapter, verse 20 on down to 22, the Lord is going to put them in straits, path of difficulties. All right, the Lord is going to basically overthrow Esau, Edom's wicked counsel of him trying to implement that New World Order, that NWO. All right, and they're doing it by the way of, flag attacks, T attacks, dismantling, the social class, the rich versus the poor fighting amongst the poor just to survive, the rich fighting amongst the rich. Ultimately, it's nothing but confusing chaos in the world that we're living in now. And it's all the beginning stages of what's about to come down the pipe. All right, death and destruction, man, upon Babylon the Great, which people do not understand. It's a lot. So at the end all be all, the Lord told us of these things, and all these things were to come to pass. And ultimately it's just prophecy, and it's the beginning of sorrows. Let's get that. Matthew 24. Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and we're seeing the state of the world that is in. It's under, distress, perplexity of nations. All right, uprisings, People that doesn't trust or have confidence in their empire anymore, their kingdom, all right, aka the governments, because now they're seeing and realizing by you putting your trust in the government, it ultimately is going to lead you down a deeper rabbit hole for you to be, financial slaves, man, ultimately, man. And these devils don't care about the people of America, all right, their breeding ground. Okay, so how much more you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Because at the end of the day, they're really doing all these things to come against you. That's why you have Psalms, the 83rd chapter. So anything, why so many diseases in the world, so much pollutions, so many false doctrine to further destroy Jake minds, was to solely go against Yahweh Shem Yahweh's people. All right, so let me get something too, because going back to Ezekiel 35:5, because people still fail to realize that Esau Edom has that old hatred still built up in his spirit, and it has never went anywhere, and it would never go anywhere, man, because the Lord ordained this devil to be the evil, vile creature that he is, to solely hate Jake and to destroy the Lord's, people, his sanctuary. Ezekiel 35:1, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. And Mount Seir represents the descendants or the lineage of Esau Edom. Meanwhile, you got, I was watching Elder Apostle Tahar video with the individual saying that he has a problem with people saying that Esau Edom is the so-called white man. Meanwhile, this nigga was going off the scene, nowhere to be in sight for over the past 10, 15 plus years. So an individual like that, man, hey, nigga, you ain't nothing. All right? You don't have no right to say anything, and it's best for you just to shut the fuck up. And I can't wait till Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah start, putting niggas to death on a large scale, man, and start, putting out that judgments, because these people still boast and are very prideful and high-minded. Verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, Allahayim powers. Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Verse 5 is the point, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Allahayim powers, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So at the end of the day, the Lord is giving a message to the so-called Caucasian white race. Since you did not stop the bloodshed of Israel, since you didn't draw back from the sword, since you furthered the affliction, the Lord has a special judgment and treatment towards you Idumeans, aka you Edomites, or you so-called white Caucasian race. That's why everything is going down to Shit's Creek in your empire, and even down to your people. All right. And it was a while ago, like at work, thanks to indoctrination, people still think that majority of the people on the planet Earth are Caucasian descent. All right. But hey, now, hey, your birth rate is deteriorating. All right, you can't have babies like that no more. Then you dying off completely young. You heathens, you fucking crackers smell like fucking shit. You smell stink as hell. All right, another indicator that you're a goddamn heathens and you deserve to be in chains. But meanwhile, like I said, we disobey the Lord statutes, and commandments to put us in the predicament that we're in as of today. But nonetheless, the Lord is rising up the elect. All right. And through the midst of that, you're going to have civil unrest, certain skirmishes and scrimmages against, the people of Babylon the Great, all right, other nations, so on and so forth. Ultimately, it's the setting up of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's judgment day. All right, all these are the beginning of sorrows and the beginning of all troubles that's about to come upon the earth. All right. But yeah, since these devils didn't hate blood, all right, the Lord's going to make sure he paid them back with blood, by bloodshed. And he's going to use his people Israel, going back into Ezekiel, the 25th chapter. All right. That's why we say and know, according to prophecies, according to the scriptures, that the heathens are going to be under subjection, under captivity and slavery under the Israelites, the ones that they put in slavery and captivity. And the Lord and Savior said that, man. He said he was going to do that for his people Israel, because we are the Lord's chosen people. All right, nobody else, nothing more, nothing less, man. And you people are going to learn and find out the hard way via through Jacob's trouble. And not only Jacob, you Israelites, but also the heathens. All right, because you're going to know right then and there that there is a higher power that's bringing mass judgments on the planet Earth. And his name is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the God of Israel. All right, he's our God and our salvation. All right. So, hey, we living in some exciting, great times. Like I said, I didn't watch the video yet, but I advise Akim to watch it. It says Jake is getting riled up, and your guns cannot deliver you from death. All right, biblical prophecy, and that's also true too. All right, because the end all be all, hey, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is going to make civil unrest, class wars, and race riots and race wars going to happen upon the soils of Babylon the Great because of the shit that's going on in the world. All right, and it's all designed, set up by Esau, Edom, the elites. All right, the one that, got the people in the chokehold to, really, manipulate the minds of the people of the earth, man. And this happened, this video right here, GMS Yawasop Hopeful Elect 777. All right, dealing with a so-called, a hate group full of, white supremacists or nationalists, whatever the hell you want to call them, going around taunting racial slurs against, the blacks, Hispanics, so on and so forth. And all that doing is routing up the people. And it's not a coincidence, just like how you got Black Lives Matter when they have agent provocateurs to stir up troubles and mischief. Hey, the same thing go with these different groups, because at the end of the day, these devils want order out of chaos. They want all the chaos to be implemented in the streets of America. Like I say, meanwhile, they're using these people, but at the same time, some of these people might be your actual officials, your governors, lawyers, whatever the case may be. People that really support the so-called American system or the beast system. All right, just to start up a whole racial riot and racial tensions of wars, man, to basically further destroy Babylon the Great. Okay. And like I said, it was very spiritual when I saw that, because, hey, eventually Jake gonna get tired, and ultimately Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is gonna put the spirit upon the people. That's why it's gonna be such great terror and judgment in that day. It's gonna be a whole big battle royal rumble on every side in the streets of Babylon the Great. All right, because you not only got to worry about, races, people, and you got to worry about the scavengers. You got to worry about the people that are of your own nation, starving, struggling, catching hell, being in distress. And they're going to do everything by all means necessary to try to relieve that stress, whether it be, the killing of the sword, invading one another houses, fighting, members fighting like friends, so on and so forth. That's 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 22 on down to 24. All right, because these are the end all be all of what's about to come. Okay, so let's get that since I quoted in 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly found empty. All right, and that's going to happen during, because like I say, all they got to do is just go down another major lockdown. They can shut down all the stores, shut down the streets. Babylon the Great. Also, an economic collapse is about to happen. All right, the food supply chain is about to be cut off from Babylon the Great. Okay, it's about to be a lot of miseries that's going to happen upon the people that walked in great pride in the latter end. 2nd Ezra 8 and 50. All right, so all these things that's happening and coming to pass are because of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah really truly tired of this place known as Babylon the Great, America, and soon he's going to rescue his people. All right, because like I said, man, in my previous videos, we've been suffering for far too long, and through the Spirit, the Lord is about to redeem us, but he has to redeem us through the birth pains, the plagues that's about to come upon the planet Earth, that we all have to be tried and tested because the hour of temptation is coming. And like I say, man, it's going to be terrible in that day, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Abaratazah be with me and my household, because like I say, the plague of darkness about to come. And a brother did a video not too long ago about power outages in Cuba, Venezuela, and other, I believe, South American countries. And soon to come, that's going to come upon Babylon the Great. And like I said, people, I can't even imagine, let alone the rest of the people that's of the world, that really think that this place is going to prosper for forever. I can't picture myself, going through a blackout, man. A blackout is very serious, or a power grid being attacked, an EMP attack. Those shits, those are various, very serious plagues, man. All right, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is about to bring that upon the earth. Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein, and the springs of the fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. And at the end of the day, the Lord is going to put that spirit upon people to act like savages, man. All right, if you're not protected and guided by the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, you are out there in the dry, okay? And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to put you to death. He's going to visit you in the worst way that you can, imagine. And that's why it's important for us to keep preaching his word, keep striving for excellency, because we fear the great and dreadful day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And it's very serious. All right, because like I always tell people, everybody in America has a gun. So just imagine when this society collapse, not if, not possible, but when this society collapse. All right, all hell broken loose, economic, no more dollar. The MOTB gonna be mandated. It's gonna be darkness in the streets, no food, no water, nothing, man. You real life gonna have to live off of faith. All right, being as pilgrims, traveling from place to place. And that's the times that we're entering into. That's why it's best. That's why I advise brothers, get your cardio up and learn how to fast, man. Go a couple of days like a day or two without eating, because you never know in that day and that time, may have to go a couple of days without eating. All right. But somehow, some way, we're going to have faith in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh to deliver us and comfort us in that day and in that time. Because like I said, it's some exciting times that we need these things to happen and come to pass. All right, we need these things to, come forth. But that's the only way we're going to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Going into Acts 14 and 22, through much tribulation, ye shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. And part of that major tribulation and the last tribulation is Jacob's trouble. All right. And it's going to be terrible in that day. Best believe that, man. So we got to have the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, be as humble and lowly as possible in this truth, so the Lord may protect us in that day, man. All right, shit's getting real serious. As always, Second Ezra 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is doing this because motherfuckers have walked in great pride for far too long. And like it says in 2 Ezra, the 15th chapter, no more he's going to be touching on their wickedness. All right, so the Lord is going to execute that judgment on a vast scale upon the planet Earth. 2 Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right, uproars of the people, and who shall rouse them up? Jake is tired, man. All right. Jake is very tired of the racial tension between them and the goddamn white man. But meanwhile, you got bitch ass niggas want to go against the argument of Esau Edom's not the white man. Ultimately, they say that shit because they got white friends, white relatives, a white wife, so-called, not knowing and understanding the spirit. All right, your family members or whatever can look like a white man or might be an Israelite or so-called black, Hispanic, Native American, or even vice versa. You got a whole bunch of so-called black dudes that really, their lineage go back to goddamn Esau or the other heathen. So people truly don't understand the spirit. Talking to that individual that says, Esau Edom is not the so-called white man. Lord will, I'll do a video on that too. But just touching in on the topic of racial tension and the race wars, man, they are coming. They are coming. They are coming. All right. And the Lord is stirring up all these things to come to pass. Get one more precept. 2 Ezra 15:15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition amongst men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And that's ultimately a race riots, racial tension. And that's exactly what these individuals are doing in the state of Ohio, man, because they're tired of, the racism, so on and so forth. But Salakia, I'm gonna have to end it all. Till next time, I'm gonna close out by saying Kahalayam La, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and teach us his truth. All right, peace, love, and blessing to the elect scattered abroad. Till next time, I say Shalom.